Pakistan's government, long accused of providing overt logistical and other support to the Afghan Taliban, will walk a fine line between optimism at having a more friendly government in Kabul and potential security blowback on its own soil, analysts say. Pakistani officials, however, told Al Jazeera the country has no favorites in Afghanistan, and continues to back a negotiated political settlement that would see an inclusive government formed in its northwestern neighbour. Pakistan's preferred outcome, we have been very clear, is an inclusive negotiated political settlement in Afghanistan. One that includes representation of all ethnic groups, said Hassan Akbar, a senior national security official. The Afghan Taliban, which swept across the country in a lightning summer offensive, took control of the capital, Kabul, on August 15, and continues the process of forming its own government. The armed group waged a bloody armed rebellion against the United States and Afghan forces for almost 2 decades, leaving thousands of civilians and security forces dead. The group, which follows its own strict interpretation of Islamic law, was accused of carrying out atrocities against ethnic minorities and imposing curbs on women's rights during its last stint in power, 1996 to 2001. We have been very clear that without a negotiated political settlement and an inclusive government, long-term peace and stability will not be able to come to Afghanistan, said Akbar. While the US and European governments appear to be focused on evacuations, Pakistani officials say Pakistan is still pushing for talks between the Afghan Taliban and other political groups to form a governing structure that protects fundamental rights for all citizens. From Pakistan's perspective, we had always argued that the best time to negotiate the political settlement was from a position of strength, when the US had far more troops, but unfortunately this decision was not taken at that time. Enough pressure was not put on the Afghan government, and we lost that opportunity, said Akbar.